Rich Rugby.
Okay, and what a match. Rugby World Cup semi-final number 2, England versus South Africa. Congratulations to South Africa on an amazing win. Commiserations to England. Unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. But what a fantastic game. And this is what, North versus Northern Hemisphere versus Southern Hemisphere rugby is all about. And it was just beautiful to watch. So, England by rights, they should have won that game. They should have won that game. They had the game secured. And I think Steve Borthwick must have watched my previous video, England Can Win. If you haven't watched it, check it out, where I listed what England needed to do. And they did exactly that. So they slowed the game down. They took their penalties. They went for drop goals when they could. They forced the errors from South Africa using the high ball, constantly getting turnovers in favour of England. And they played in South Africa's half. So there was one thing that I did forget to mention, and that was bring bring George Ford on in the 65th minutes, in favour of any of the other backs. Keep Farrell on, bring Ford on, and then you have a double strike power weapon of being able to drop kick from anywhere inside South Africa's half. How did England win the Argentina match? That exact same thing. Penalties and drop goals. George Ford got 3 drop goals in the Argentina match. England were playing with
14
men for that whole game practically, and they still won, and they didn't just win, they won comfortably. So why you wouldn't bring Ford on earlier on? He brought him on when it was too late. He brought him on in the 78th minute when South Africa had secured that 1-point gap. No, they needed to bring him on earlier to make South Africa have to defend against that drop goal situation from anywhere. So that for me was England's biggest mistake, I think. The other biggest mistake I saw around about 65th minute, I saw a shot of Steve Borthwick, and he was smiling. He was smiling. And it reminded me of the scene from Bloodsport where Ray Jackson goes up against Chong Li, and he gets a couple of knockdowns, and Chong Li's like lying on the ground, like wiping his face, and Jackson's going, "Yeah, Jackson," and then Frank Duke steps in. He's like, "Hey, he's down. He's still. You got to knock him out." And then obviously Chong Li comes back and wastes it. So I think England, you had it there in the 65th minute, and that was the time to press home the advantage, bring on your wonder boy George Ford, and then drop kicks. I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing. It didn't play out. It didn't play out that way for them, and it was a bit of a shame. Where do I think South Africa basically edged out the win? I think for me, the massive turning point was Vincent Koch coming on, Mr. Incredible. So the scrums went from evenly matched, like the scrums weren't moving. They were so evenly matched. And then they went from that to South Africa getting a penalty every single time they went down to scrum. And it was because of that guy, Mr. Incredible, Vincent Koch. He just had a fantastic game and massive impact as soon as he came on. So I think for me it was his presence, and also bringing on Andre Pollard early. At first I was questioning that decision, but I think bringing on Pollard, just having that stability, having like a veteran there that's won a Rugby World Cup, knows how to win, just controlling that game, and that Pollard conversion, crucial. It stopped it being South Africa having to get another try, to now they only need a penalty or a drop kick to get ahead of England. And then the Andre Pollard penalty from nearly halfway, incredible, amazing. So, commiserations, England, congratulations, South Africa. But I want to hear your thoughts, especially from the England fans. Where was the game lost from England's point of view? South African fans, where was the game won? And please tell me your thoughts on who you think is going to win the Rugby World Cup final. Sure.
LTF, like, comment, subscribe.